So hello everyone, welcome to another video session class. So today we will study about the introduction of antiamoebic and anthelmintic drugs. Okay, so I am writing antiamoebic and anthelmintic anthelmintic drugs. Okay, so let us first see what is anti-amoebic drug. Before going to that one, we have to know what is amoebiasis or amoebic infection. So amoebiasis, okay, so it is a worldwide infections caused by a parasitic protozoa. Okay, parasitic protozoa. So it is an infection which is caused by parasitic protozoa known as Antiamoeba histolytica. So this is the pathogen which is responsible for the amoebiasis. Okay, so this is the amoebiasis. So drug which are used for the treatment of this amoebiasis or amoebic infection are known as anti-amoebic drugs. Okay, so you just remember this one. So amoebiasis, it is spread by infected water and food. So if any food or water is infected with this microorganism, and if any person consume that food or water, drink that water, it will cause the amoebiasis. Okay, it is likely to cause amoebiasis. And it is very much prevalent. It is prevalent in mainly in tropical countries. Okay, it is prevalent in tropical countries. Okay, tropical countries, and also in places having poor hygiene. Okay, so if any place is having poor hygiene or any tropical countries, they are having much more cases of this amoebiasis. Okay, so this is the case about the prevalence of this amoebiasis infection. Okay, so this is characterized by mainly amoebic dysentery. Okay, amoebic dysentery. So dysentery, we know some loose motion will be there. So we can see acute amoebic dysentery. Patient will be having loose motion or dysentery with or without mucus or blood. So sometime in acute amoebic dysentery, you will find that patient is having dysentery with or without blood, mucus or blood. Then the patient will be having, I am writing here, the patient will be having abdominal pain abdominal pain, then also having tenesmus. Okay, so what is tenesmus? Tenesmus means frequent urgency of bowel evacuation. Okay, so there will be urgency or recurrent tendency of bowel bowel evacuation urgency will be there in the tenesmus. Okay, and that will be the indication for acute amoebic dysentery. Okay, so next we will see about the small indication about the chronic amoebic dysentery. So what happens in chronic amoebic dysentery? So you just remember what is acute and chronic. Chronic means there will be a long-term disease. Okay, the amoebic dysentery or amoebiasis is persistence. The patient is having previous history of that disease, but in acute it will be a new one. Okay, so in chronic amoebic dysentery, the patient will have less constipation. Okay, so sometimes it is constipation and sometimes having diarrhea frequency. Okay, so the same patient will alternatively, in some day he will feel constipation, and in some times or in some day he will having diarrhea. So that will be the indication for a chronic amoebic dysentery, and the blood or mucus may be there or may not be there, and there will be dull pain, that is little pain in lower abdomen. So these are about the indication for chronic amoebic dysentery. Okay, and you just remember this amoebiasis mainly affect large intestine. Okay, large intestine, and it used to derive its food from normal bacterial flora. So there will be a normal bacterial flora. Okay, but just remember, this amoebiasis not only affect the large intestine, it also affect brain, then it also affect the liver of the host. Okay, host animal. So it affects large intestine, that is alimentary canal, stomach, then it also affect the brain and liver of the host. And if it affect the livers, it will sometimes show a indication like fever, then pain in right upper abdomen. Okay, right upper abdomen. Okay, so there will be some sort of pain, then loss of appetite, then loss of weight. Okay, so these are the indication if the liver of the host animal or host person get infected. Okay, so these are the indication about the amoebiasis. Okay, so the drug which is used against the amoebic dysentery or amoebiasis, so the drugs used for the treatment of amoebiasis is known as anti-amoebic drugs. So example of the drugs I can give emetine. Okay, so example of the drug will be emetine, then metronidazole. So commonly we get this drug, metronidazole is available in the market. Then iodoquinochlor, so etc. Some other drugs also there. These are the drugs which are used for the treatment of this amoebiasis. Okay, so these drugs are known as anti-amoebic drugs. Okay, so this is about the anti-amoebic drugs. So next we will see this anthelmintic drugs. Okay, so next we will see anthelmintic drugs. Okay, so before going to the anthelmintic drugs, we have to know what is helminthes. Okay, so what are helminthes? So the parasitic worms which cause infection definitely are known as helminthes. Okay, so what is parasite? So before also I mentioned there is parasitic protozoa, they are in the antiamoebic drug. So parasite means any organism or many organism which resides in any other organisms and derives its nutrition from that one. Okay, so that organism is known as parasitic organism. So the parasitic worms which are known as helminthes. Okay, and so we know that what is helminthes. So next we will see what is helminthiasis. So it is a disease caused by infestation of parasitic worms. So again I am telling helminthiasis. What is helminthiasis? So it is a disease. We have to remember helminthiasis is a disease caused by infestation of parasitic worms in the alimentary canal. Okay, alimentary canal or gut, you can say, or I am writing here, from here I am writing here, or in any other organ of the body. Okay, so what is helminthiasis? It is a disease. So helminthiasis is a disease caused by infestation, that is localized accumulation of some worms or some microbes, here worms only, infestation of parasitic worms in the alimentary canal or gut or in any other organ or tissue of the body. So that is known as helminthiasis. Okay, so this is the helminthiasis. So the disease, this one is a disease. So the drug which is used to treat the disease of helminthiasis, it will be known as anthelmintic drugs. Okay, so this is helminthiasis. Next, helminthiasis is caused by various worms. Okay, worms, namely roundworms, tapeworms, then threadworms. Okay, threadworms, then filarial worms. So these are the mainly parasitic worms which causes helminthiasis in human or in animal also. Okay, so these are the worms which causes this helminthiasis. Okay, and you remember it is spread. Okay, so remember roundworm, that is Ascaris lumbricoides. Okay, so it is available in the book. You can see Ascaris lumbricoides is commonest worm which causes so roundworm, that is the name of the roundworm is Ascaris lumbricoides is commonest worm which causes and helminthiasis in human. Okay, so in human mainly roundworm, the name of the roundworm is Ascaris lumbricoides, causes helminthiasis. Okay, so it spread through infected food or excreta. If you come in contact with any food or excreta, not infected food or human excreta, are the main sources through which the helminthiasis is spread. So you just remember this helminthiasis, the worms mainly they enter in human body in larva or in egg form. Okay, egg forms. So and then after entering, it used to grow in adult worm. Okay, so this is the thing, it enters in human body in larva form or in egg form, and it used to grow in adult worm there in the gut. Okay, in alimentary canal or human gut, there they used to mature as a adult worms. Okay, so after that you just remember this also spread if from the excreta of child, or if any land is fertilized with human excreta, and that human excreta is infected with one, and from that fertile land, if we take any vegetable from that fertile land, that may also cause this helminthiasis. So this is very much what to say, infectious disease in term of that one. Okay, from the human excreta also, through food also they used to enter. Okay, so you just remember this helminthiasis, okay, it is in acute form, in chronic form it infects alimentary canal, then it also causes bronchopneumonia. So how much is dangerous, you just see. It also causes bronchopneumonia, and it also infects the alimentary canal. Okay, so this is the helminthiasis. And the diagnosis can be done by examining the stool, or feces for the presence of adult worms. So if any adult worm is there in the feces, and if you just analyze the feces, and if you found that some adult worms are there, then you can be sure that this person is having helminthiasis. So that time you have to prescribe or go for this type anthelmintic drugs. Okay, so what are the anthelmintic drug means helminthics, or this one anthelmintic drugs are the drugs used for the treatment of helminthiasis. Okay, helminthiasis. And the drugs used for the removal of worms are known as Barmy fusions. Okay, Barmy fusions, BRMIFUGENS. Okay, and the drugs used for the killing or for the killing of that worms are known as Barmicidals. Okay, so you have to remember Barmicidal and Barmy fusions. Okay, so I hope this will be sufficient for this anthelmintic drugs. So the question may be from this introductory part, introduction about the antiamoebic drugs, So what are the example of drugs? Example of drugs, anthelmintic drugs. Drug example will be thiabendazole, then albendazole, then mebendazole. So this may be the drug of choice. Some other drugs also there. Drug of choice for this helminthiasis. Okay. So what may be the question for this two portion? So for 1 or 2 marks they can ask question like write short notes on antiamoebic drug. Okay, this may be one question. Drugs, okay, for 3 marks or 2 marks. Okay, 2 or 3 marks. Then question 2 may be write short note on anthelmintic drug and helminthic drug. Okay, so this may also 2 or 3 marks. You will get the question. You may get question in the exam. Okay, so I think this much is sufficient for this antiamoebic and anthelmintic drugs introductory part. So next we will continue. In the next class we will continue about the drugs. Okay, so thank you.